up against. There are systems in this world right now that control the world, and it's the global economic, financial mechanisms. And St. Paul called them the powers and principalities. In New York City, they have a place called Wall Street. And that's what they learned. The powers and principalities have a place called Wall Street, and they went there and occupied it and broke the silence and the veneer in this country on the scam of wealth. Now, that's all they did. We wanted to do a lot more. I wish we had done a lot more. Is that with a very few people, less than 100, pennies on the millions, we can get into the street and create an alternative narrative about what's going on, and change the discourse. The last 3 years, and this one including, Occupy the World Food Prize's message has been consistent. The corporate industrial agriculture is killing the planet. It is the single largest global industry, poisoning our land, our air, and our sea. Corporate ag owns this here World Food Prize.
In a better place to represent the concern of all the people who can't get into that house tonight. I'm talking about the people who can't pay to get in there. I'm talking about the people who can't get to Iowa on a free ride from some non-profit. I'm talking about the people who can't make it day to day. I'm talking about the real farmers in the world today. That's still women, and women are farming and making more food than men are. I'm talking about people who can't afford to buy the food they're making. I'm talking about people who Mitt Romney talks about, that 47% of Americans who are just living off the system. Truth is, they haven't got room for half of us. They haven't got decent jobs for half of us. They haven't got a decent life for half of us because we're not efficient. This whole system stinks. Occupy Wall Street made that clear a few years ago when they opened up the sky and broke open the veneer of wealth. And when people heard that, we got a problem with wealth in this country. Everybody gravitated. It was a movement from the bottom up. These folks are not concerned about feeding people. Their bottom line is making money. They don't grow food to feed people. They grow food to people who can buy it. Profit. And you know what? They give it away and they get tax cuts for it. No. What we need to know is that we're here with a message. Corporate ag is killing the planet. And we have a place right now to take that message. This is the place to come if you want to protest corporate agriculture. War in corporate agriculture. Think about it. DuPont, Pioneer.
It's about bragging rights to the world. And they have spent millions and have bought governments, both state and federal, to have the bragging rights to say, we're the hope for the hungry world. Corporate agriculture. And that's what this prize is all about. They have spent millions. And Occupy the World Food Prize have spent pennies on their millions with a few people in the last 3 years to raise up an alternative idea about feeding people and exposing the sham that happens at our state house.